Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. Excuse me while I get all ready. I got my popcorn. I got popcorn again, guys. My anemia is being weird. I got my water of truth. I have a daughter giving me like love because I'm keeping angry grandma at bay tonight.
She's been in her feelings.
I'm in my feelings. So be gentle tonight. Be gentle.
Because I thought she will not be gentle with you tonight.
All right. So we're here to talk about Charmed because Charmed has five. Well, I guess at this point we have 4 episodes left. And oh boy, do we have things to talk about. Now, for the most part, I enjoyed this episode. I think I enjoyed this episode because of Ray and Dexter, because quite frankly, that was everything that I needed for Christmas right there. But we did get the reveal of Kayla's powers, why she has powers. And I'm going to have a little bit of a rant on that, but I'll get to that in a minute because it was the one thing I did not want to happen, and it's what fucking happened, and it just really bothers me. So, la, 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 la. Are you guys okay? Am I lagging? Because I hope I'm not lagging. Am I lagging? Let me know if I'm lagging for you guys, because we do have a storm actively happening right now. So you know I live in a really crappy building, so whenever it does that, unfortunately things happen. So let me know if I'm lagging for any of you. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's just jump right into this episode. So it starts off with Ray being pampered by Maggie because he's now staying at the house. And by proxy, also, we have Ray staying at the house. And it's driving Maggie crazy. And again, if there is some distortion, I do apologize. I have no idea why. I think it has to be coming from the storm. It is thundering pretty badly right now. So let me know if it gets any worse. Kind of bear with me, and I apologize if that is something that continues throughout the night because, again, it's probably the storm. All right, so Maggie's in her feelings, and then she basically tells Jordan that she wants to have I think she said something like she wants to basically give him like an exorcism Ray style or whatever. She wanted to get rid of her dad basically because he's getting on her nerves. And then this is the first thing that I have to nitpick. Okay, I may be crazy, but did Jordan not tell someone in season 4 that him and Maggie broke up? I could have sworn when Harry was in his feelings and he was talking about missing Macy, Jordan said me and Maggie broke up, basically relating his loss to Harry's loss. And I remember us saying something like that's kind of really shitty. So why is it that Jordan acted whole but surprised when Maggie called him her ex? Because somebody needs to explain this to me, because that is what I call a continuity error, because that is not something he should have said, because he is the one that actually wanted to break up with her. So somebody please let me know if that is something you remember, because I do. So just throwing it out there. But again, I don't understand why that was a thing, because they already knew they were broken up. So him saying, oh wow, when you call me an ex, it seems so final. And she's like, well, you broke up with me. And he's like, well, no, I said I wanted to push pause. No, man, you went and told Harry that you guys were Splitsville. Like, what? Besides, we all know that his true love is his romance with Harry. It's just what it is. But yeah, so for most of this episode, Jordan was in his feelings about Maggie. Ray was talking up Jordan to Maggie. Jordan was like basically saying, hey, can we talk about a relationship? I'm like, why were you not trying to talk about your relationship these past weeks? I mean, you're the one that broke up with her. Guys, again, season 4 is still light years better than season 2 and 3. I just had to nitpick that because that is literally an F up. Somebody did not do their job and they did not call continuity in the writer's room. So just putting that out there. So yeah, she's taking care of Ray with Jordan, and Jordan is now back living in the house. I don't know where everybody's sleeping, because I'm under the impression there's only 3 bedrooms, kind of like in the OG Charmed, and Kayla's like in the bus outside. So I don't know where Ray and Jordan are sleeping unless they're sleeping on. I guess Ray could be on the couch, but where's Jordan sleeping? Because he was always sharing a room with Maggie. So is he sleeping on the floor? Is he sleeping on the side of the bus and Michaela's bus? What's actually happening? I don't know. So yeah, that is the thing. So you're saying it's a mic glitch? Can you guys hear me at all? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know why it would be causing a mic glitch because it's not showing me an error on my end. Are you guys able to hear what I'm saying? Let me know if you're hearing me. You hear me? Thank you. Because it's the storm. I'm telling you, this building basically was created probably around the same time that the book shadows were. So that is a thing, and I am so sorry that it is glitching. I wish I knew how to fix that. I just don't know why it's doing that. I know how to fix this problem. Is this better? Let me know what I'm saying right now. Do you guys still hear it? Because I think it's my humidifier. So if you're hearing me okay, it's my humidifier. So then I will move my humidifier away from the microphone. I apologize. We will set you over here somewhere. My bad. You know I can't breathe in this room. Yep, it's the humidifier. I am so sorry. It's allergy time. Can't breathe. It was too close to the microphone. My bad. All right. I'm glad that was established and fixed. So see, we do a lot on these streams. All right. So let's talk about, because I want to talk about Jordan and Maggie more, but we're going to have to curtail that for a minute and go to Kayla and Dev. So Kayla is doing that thing again that gets on my nerves. And it's like treating Dev like a secondhand citizen. This man, and he even points out in the episode, he is the guy that has gone out of his way to help her since he met her. Since he first saw her outside the bathroom, he was gaga. And she is the one that's kind of defining their relationship. And I am so glad in this episode that Dev literally says, hey, I am the guy that you can come to with your stuff. I'm not just the fun guy. I'm not the one night stand. I'm not the booty call. Yeah, I'm hot, but I'm there. I have depth. I can be this person for you. You're the one that's saying what we are. And that's not right. And I'm like, drop that mic, Dev. Drop that effing mic. Because he's right. Like Kayla goes to him when she needs something. Rather it's magical or I guess sex, but then she doesn't want to get committed, or she doesn't want to get too involved. And the fact that she told him, he asked, all he said was, how was the meeting with your parents, your real parents? And she's like, we don't really have to go that deep because you're not that guy. And I'm like, what? I'm like, the hell's wrong with you, girl? I'm like, do you know how many women would love to have a partner that wanted to know about your life and didn't just want to have sex with you? I mean, I don't know. I get that she's having trust issues. Her whole life has been uprooted. So I understand that. But if you think about it, Dev has basically been showing her time after time after time that he is that guy. And she's like, well, my best friend Brim, she's the ride or die, but you're just the fun guy. And I'm like, wow. And you can see that look on his face. He looked really hurt. I'm like, Kayla, really? Get together, girl. But I do by the end of this episode, and we'll talk about the stuff that they did together. But by the end of this episode, he did mic drop her, and they basically decided that they were not going to hurt each other, and they've been kissing, and they're going to start actually dating. We have 4 episodes left, but I guess we'll get some of those dates in. It's so sad to say. It's so sad to say, knowing that this show is not being picked up for season 5 is really difficult. So, but yeah, that I wanted to point out just how upsetting it was on behalf of Dev, because that to me was just, which is a thing. Okay, so Harry and Jordan on their magical journey to the Blue Camellia to find I think they're called the Gruyere or Gray Eye, whatever. I call them the 3 magical bitch sisters with the 4th that they treat like crap. That's literally what it is. But basically, they are able to give you all of the wisdom and tell you what's going on in the magical world. They want to know how to basically find get the lost one and basically disassociate him with the Unity Bowl. They want to know how to. There's lots of information they want to know, and they are willing to tell, except they want to get like some personal information. It's like a bar. You have to pay, basically. You're paying to cross the river Styx, basically. And they target Jordan, who they refer to as a hot white lighter, a white hot lighter. So they're calling him a white lighter, even though technically he's not a white lighter. So it's really interesting that they called him that. So I don't know if that's foreboding or what, but that's a thing. But they start asking Jordan questions. They're like, how do you feel about Maggie? And, what's it like being, riding that beast? Meaning, like, basically, what's it like having sex with her? And he's like, we're not going there. And so they were like, well, we want the truth. And if you don't tell us the truth, then basically you get punished. If you do tell the truth, then they help you. And so they ask him what he wants. And he said, I love Maggie. I want to get back with her. Basically, he implies he wants to be back with Maggie desperately, no matter what. But that wasn't the truth, because when Harry and Jordan later tried to do this potion, and they try to make a potion and do a spell, which, by the way, Jordan's able to do spells now. I don't know. I get why Harry was able to, even though now he's a necrolyter. So wouldn't that affect his ability to do spells? I don't know. It's confusing. But they're doing spell. They're trying to do a spell, and they're trying to make a potion to try and, basically get rid of the lost one's attachment to the Unity Bowl. And it doesn't work. It's a lie. So when they go back and Jordan finds the fourth sister that they treat like garbage, who I literally initially, until I saw her face, thought it was Baby Swan. She basically says, my sister wanted to punish you because you weren't fully honest. So she makes him touch his own chest. And then he's able to actually, basically realize what he's actually feeling, even though he didn't want to feel it. So basically he knows this information. It is the truth. He just didn't want to feel it. And basically, the way I'm going to summarize it is he loves Maggie, but he wants to get off the toxic train. If it's just going to be on the toxic train and they're still going to be going in a circle, he would rather let her go. And I was like, wow. Yeah, 4 episodes is not enough to resolve this. So I don't think, I may have told some truths here, unless something like drastically happens and one of them is about to die. I don't think they're going to get back together before the end of the series. So that's the thing. But, it is what it is. I like that Jordan realized that before he did something. I took it too far with her. But at the same time, that is so effed up, because you just told her, I want to talk to you about our relationship. And now you're going to backtrack. You're going to 180 and be like, I'll change my mind. I'm like, it's going to be, yeah. But I get it. He needs, if he doesn't want to get on that repetitive train, that circle, gotta do what you gotta do. So that is a thing. So I get it. But yeah, what a way to find out. I mean, what a way to find out. The highlight for me, and I'll talk about Mel and Sonny in a minute too, was Dexter and Ray. Man, from the moment they heard Dexter in the attic, they didn't know it was Dexter. And Maggie goes up there and she literally calls him dad. I don't know if you guys heard this. She called Dexter dad. Now let me go to my second nitpick. We already had the one with Jordan for suddenly forgetting he told Harry that he broke up with Maggie. My second nitpick is Maggie has never met Dexter. She has never seen a vision of him. She's never had any of this connection with him. But all of a sudden, she loves him and she's calling him dad. And I'm kind of in my feelings about that too. It's just weird. I feel like, yeah, that is her biological father. Yes, she knows that her mother cheated with Dexter on the man who raised her, on Ray. But it was like such a weird situation. I mean, she was just so, it's like the show, My Two Dads. It's like literally instantly bonded. And I'm like, but you didn't know it. And you did not know this man. And on top of that, prior to this season, which again, this is season 3 garbage, she says that she was upset because this is a man who never wanted to know her. She treated it like he never wanted to know me. All of that stuff was really weird. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't cool, because the actor playing him is amazing. And I actually love that she got to be in touch with her biological father. I think that's awesome. It's just the quickness of it. I mean, we're like 30 seconds, not even 30, 10 seconds into her seeing him in the attic. And she's like, dad? I'm like, when the fuck will you call him dad? I'm like, and then you call Ray instead of dad half the time. I don't know. I think that there was something weird about that situation. I'm just putting it out there. That was too fast for me. And then the whole, when Ray saw Dexter, he went for his ass. He's like, you cheated, you son of a bitch. And so the insults they were slinging at each other was interesting. But something else I have to say, okay? So, Ray's mad at Dexter for basically ruining his marriage and cheating. Dexter's mad because he felt like Ray got to live the life that he should have led, which by proxy is not Ray's fault. All this goes back to Marisol. But there is a part where, they're talking about the Unity Bowl because, we learned in the last episode that Dexter was trying to find the whole Unity Bowl to try and save, Macy, and then they could live as a family. I have two problems with this. Well, okay, one is an insight. I did say that that's how he died. I said I didn't think he died from cancer. I said this last week. I think the bowl killed him. So I was right about that. But my problem with this whole plan that Dexter had is that Marisol was whole ass married to Ray. And Maggie's like, oh, you just wanted us to be as a family. And, you weren't, you didn't die of cancer. You were just trying to find a way for us all to be together. But what about her husband? I'm like, so what you're basically saying is, I tried to find this bowl. I wanted to put this bowl together because I wanted to get back with my woman and have my daughters back. I don't know what they were going to do with Mel because Mel's not his kid. That's Ray's kid. I guess Mel was going to be like she was in season 1 when Macy became the source. She's going to be a Lyft driver in another city. But he had big plans on reclaiming his family. Problematically is that she technically had a family with Ray. And I don't know, they didn't clarify at what point they got divorced or separated or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was probably before Maggie was a teenager. But just think about that. Just think about this. I feel like that to me is for Dexter to have that in his head, he was always thinking that. That is really messed up. And for Maggie to be like, that's so awesome. And I'm like, what about the guy that raised you? That is so effed up. Oh, Lord. Oh Lord. So yeah, that was interesting for me. I was like, I really felt bad for Ray. I really did. Just like when Dexter was like, you're the one traveling around to these different archaeologist sites and leaving your wife alone. I'm like, hell, if I was married to somebody and they were screwing around on me, I probably wouldn't want to be in the same damn house with them either. I mean, that's just logical. And he even said, you're messing up my marriage. This is on you. I do love that they actually came together in the most believable way for me possible. And that is with Trunksy. And we're going to talk about Trunksy in a second because Trunksy is awesome. There's a point where they're running from Trunksy and they're like talking about how they need to leave the house. She's like, we need to go. They're like, look, this is what I heard. We are POCs. We don't follow that horror shit. I'm like, we are not going to look for Trunksy. We are not staying in the house. We're getting in the car and we're about to go. And he's like, Ray's like, we don't do that. And Dexter's like, true that. And they literally fist bumped each other. And I'm like, guys, a truer freaking statement has never been said in all of Charmed. Was as, yes, sir. We are POCs. This is not how we roll. This is not our horror story. This is not our life. To quote an upcoming movie I desperately want to see, nope. That is exactly what they were saying. Nope. This bump. And here comes Maggie. I got magic. Girl, sit down. Sit down. I will say I actually want more banter with Dexter and Ray because even when they were play fighting in this episode, the stuff they were saying to each other was absolutely effing hilarious. All right. Trunksy. How is it that Trunksy is the best damn villain of this whole series? I'm like, Trunksy was cool. I was like, Trunksy was like, so what had happened was when Ray and Dexter were fighting over Trunksy because Maggie decided to use Trunksy to talk to Ray. She was trying to play the medium between them, which was not good because she was really playing both sides of the fence and it was just pissing Ray off, and it was just a thing. But she was trying to use Trunksy like he did with her so he could talk about his feelings. Well, when Dexter came, he tried to grab Trunksy, and Ray, he took Trunksy from Maggie, and Ray went to grab Trunksy because he gave her Trunksy. And so they start fighting over this stuffed animal, and they end up like knocking it into the shelf, and some wolfsbane fell on it. And then I guess Maggie used her inception power because everything is completely backwards because Dexter is not in the Vel. So her powers are working in reverse. And she managed to awaken Trunksy, whereas Trunksy was basically Chucky from Child's Play. Like, Trunksy was like, let's go, because she was like, I really want them to get along, blah 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 blah, and she's like, pretty much happy life, happy home. So she's like, I'll just kill these son of bitches. I'm like, oh my god, Trunksy is effing amazing. Trunksy tried to strangle Ray to death. She basically was going after them individually, and even when they concocted a plan to try and get Trunksy wouldn't turn the gas on, and the gas probably broke the gas main in the house. So gas is coming to the house, and she somehow had a lighter. I'm like, you talk about supervillain. Like, the faction, the unseen, the sword, all of them can sit down. All they needed was Trunksy this whole damn time, because Trunksy is KO. Trunksy's effing amazing. Just had to throw that out there. I love that. I'll never look at stuffed pink elephants ever again in the same light. But Trunksy is a damn super villain. Loved Trunksy. So best villain ever in Charmed. I stand by that. I'm not taking it back. But yeah, that the whole situation with them and him trying to outsmart Trunksy, and them being inspired by Macy. And just so you know, Macy was a big theme of this entire episode, which I don't hate. But it still got to a point where it was like, okay, I'm like, I need people to have their own identities and their own agendas, but like, it's just a thing. So they're able to send Dexter back to the Vel, and essentially they were ending the whole Trunksy's reign, which is sad because I think Trunksy should have escaped and come back to like wreak havoc on the rest of the season, because Trunksy is absolutely Trunksy's best boy, best girl material. So yeah, I'm extremely excited for future Trunksies and for Charm merch with Trunksy. We got with Legends of Tomorrow, we have Bebo. I think we should have Trunksy with Charm. Screw the book shadows. Let's just get a replica of Trunksy. I'm down with that. All right, so but yeah, they were able to overcome Trunksy and they were able to send Dexter back to the Vel, and that is a thing. And it's just like, I was sad when Trunksy left. I was so sad. So I'm just a moment of silence for Trunksy. You're such a good boy/girl. I don't really know what gender Trunksy's supposed to be, so we're just gonna say they, but they were brilliant. Mel and Sunny. First of all, Mel and Dev and Kayla, they went on a stakeout because, Dev and his brilliance was able to tag some of the unseen members so that when they went wherever they were going, they were able to track them. So they figured out that they were going to this church. And so they're staking out of the church. And like Kayla and Dev are flirting with each other. And Mel's literally in the back seat, like saying this is a stakeout, not a makeout, basically. And so they they see some of the members come, and then they see Sunny. So they're like, I love they're like, the bitch does have 9 lives. And so she goes into the building, but technically it's a trap. It was a trap to try and ensnare 2 of the charm ones. But unfortunately, Dev was, pretty much caught on to what was happening. And so when Kayla and Mel went in and he was outside singing show tunes, he was able to get Kayla out, but Mel was stuck in there with Sunny. And then they ended up shrinking into a snow globe, which was so reminiscent to episodes of the OG Charm whenever they were stuck in stuff, especially when they were stuck in a painting. It kind of gave me that vibe anyway. Well, Mel and Sunny start fighting. And Mel was beating Sunny's ass. I'm like, I don't know when Mel got that good at fighting, because I thought that Maggie was better and that when they would spar, she used to beat Mel's butt. But I guess Mel can fight well enough that she was able to overpower, a feline. And what's so interesting to me is that Sunny was like, it was so funny. Sunny kind of had this look on her face like, okay, I'm getting my ass whooped. How can I overcome this? And Mel, they were, basically Mel was trying to figure out how to get out of there. And Sunny was like, well, you sealed the door pretty much, dumbass. And so we're stuck. And I wasn't meant to be here. So it's an unstable spell. And so Mel's like, well, we need to work together. And she tries to go for Mel again. Mel ends up kicking her butt a little bit. She picks up a pipe and then she uses her firestorm powers to heat it up. And she's like, here, kitty, kitty. And I got to admit, that was a cool scene. That was a little badass right there. Here, kitty, kitty. Let me bust your head open with this hot ass pipe. That's literally what I got out of that. And they're fighting and Mel is attacking her again. Now, after the fighting stops and they realize that the window is broken and there's snow coming in and they're going to freeze to death, being a cat, Sunny realizes that she's not doing that well. And so they call like a little truce and they try and board up the window. And then we have a heart-to-heart. And in the heart-to-heart, Sunny basically says, magic lives matter. Magical lives matter. That's basically what it is. You did not help us. And she's like, I was literally taken by the faction. They tried to kill me. I was tortured by them. I have nightmares by it. This is why I'm pissed. Where were you? You did nothing to help us. You don't help us. Magical lives matter. MLM movement. That is literally what she's saying. And Mel's like, I'm so sorry, but we were just 3 women and like this was just thrusted upon us. And she's like, Sunny's like, I give no F's right now about your problems because the magical world does not feel supported by you. And I'm like, well, she's not wrong. She was not wrong. And so Mel was like, I'm sorry. Maybe we can just get everybody together and we can work together to make this a happy, magical place. And Sunny kind of was swallowing the Kool-Aid a little bit. And Kayla and Deb found a way to basically, really Deb was like, I noticed how the men are doing all the potions and the spells and this, and the girls are not. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but that's what's happening. But because Kayla doesn't know what she's doing, Deb ended up having to do the potion. And I love how he was like, she's like asking him questions. She's like, he's like, I don't mean to tell to be rude or anything, but I'm not a witch. But he ends up helping her with this potion to try and get them out. And so, long story short, Sunny is, she has a concussion because Mel beat her butt. And so Mel ends up dragging her through the door and they have to get through the portal and they only have like 30 seconds. And then Kayla has to break like the globe with a hammer. So Mel ends up saving Sunny. And then Sunny was in the command center, which I thought was really stupid. I was like, why are you bringing this girl to the command center? And so she went there and she like basically was using her claw and or her long cat nail and she was going to open up Mel's jugular. And that's, she tells Kayla, who has a hammer, who's about to, I guess, rail on her, she's still bitter about that thumb, to open a portal to let her out. And so while she's doing that, she picks up a Sharpie or something or a marker and she starts sketching on her jeans Mel's hand, which for me, I'm guessing you have to envision it. So she saw it as Mel's hand holding a dagger and then it appears in her hand. And then Mel, instead, she turns around and was about to use it on her, but she doesn't. She lets her go, which I was like, I get it. It's a show of compassion, a show of, hey, we want to help the magical world. But you're letting the chick go away who knows about the damn command center. So guess what? Instead of keeping her as a hostage, trying to keep her with you to convince her that you guys are actually out to help her, you let her go tell her minions and fellow, unseen members where the hell the command center is or how to get there or whatever, as we see in the next trailer when they infiltrate the command center and they make it so the Charmed Ones are back in season 2 with no powers. So that's going to be a mess next week. But yeah, it's literally, and I mean, where are the days when only witches and elders could go to the command center? It's like, what happened? Like, now it's just like everybody can go in the command center. You can go and you can go and you can go. It is so weird to me. So that's a thing. But yeah, so they let her go. But, Kayla got to manifest something. So I guess, we got to see that. So that was cool. I mean, technically, this is the first episode where I think all 3 girls use their abilities because Mel used her heating ability. That's what I'm calling it. I know what it's supposed to be called, but I'm calling it Firestorm, Human Torch abilities. And we had Michaela doing her manifestation. And we also had Maggie using her inception power like all over the place. So I did wonder if she touched Trunksy, could she become Trunksy? Could she use Trunksy's intellect and super villain powers for because she can take other people's ability and mimic people's powers, even though technically that's not a power. I just thought that would be really funny. I'm channeling my stuffed animal right now, who's a lot cooler than I am. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the part that I'm like in my feelings about. Because I told you guys if they did this, I was gonna be mad. And I knew they were going to do it as soon as Dexter started talking about all the stuff that Macy used to do, like as she saved all her lunch money so one of her friends could go to a science camp, and all these really cool things that Macy did as a child. And then he's like, oh, and also when she thought I had cancer, she donated her stem cells to this project called it's a progenitor or whatever progenitor project. We're going to call it PP because that's what it is anyway. And so Macy's stem cells were donated, right? Donated. And when just so happened, Kayla had leukemia, she needed to have a transplant. And so she got the stem cells from Macy. Now, just so you know, as somebody whose mother had leukemia, when you donate stem cells, you're actually donating multiple times of stem cells. So that really means that if there are more in this project, then there's a lot of little copies of Macy running around right now who got donations. And so that means there's a lot of potential fill-ins for charm ones. It's like making your own army. I am in my feelings that the reason that, and Maggie even says this, you really are her sister because you have her stem cell. I am in my feelings because that is such a cop-out. I really wanted there to be something else going on with her. I did not want us to just be like, yeah, your parents just couldn't afford you, so they were just out. And honestly, legitly, oh, guess what? Macy. All roads lead back to Macy. That's basically what it is. I'm like a baby's kid. I don't die. I multiply. That is literally what happened in this series. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can't, guys. So you already knew. You already knew I was going to be in my feelings about it. I'm sure other people are like, oh my God, I loved it. Because I know some people had the theory of of it being bone marrow, which technically stem cells were on the same track. I do not like that. She didn't have to be biologically related. It could have been something else. She could have been a former charm one. There could have been so many magical solutions to this problem. Not stem cells. Plus, I'm going to put this out here, guys. Dexter knew that his daughter was part witch, probably even potential charm one, and also had blood from a necromancer. Why would you let your daughter donate stem cells from her body? Oh, Lord. I'm just going to eat now because I needed more. I just feel like it was so anticlimactic. We went through this whole journey of what is she? How is she connected? Blah, 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 to, oh, yeah, Macy just donated some stem cells and she just got them and bam. And she just happened to have the coffee mug with the name of the damn project on it. Just like her reading that book of Elder Spell that nobody knew they needed until they needed it, even though she couldn't read that book. Oh, why? Why? Popcorn is not sponsored. I cooked it myself. Thank you, Jake. I saw that. So I don't like that. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm in the minority. I just think it was a cop-out. That is just me. I'm sure if you listen to Eloy, he'll probably love it. Whoever else you listen to, they're probably like, yay. Maria does not. I think that was kind of the easy way out. I think there was something they could have done that was more elaborate, that actually had us have more of a mystery, more of a connection to the charm line in general than being a stem cell baby. I'm just putting it out there. So the last thing that we saw at the end of this was they were able to unite the Unity Bowl because Jordan, got his feelings. He got to learn his deep, dark, feelings about not wanting to be in a toxic relationship. And Ray is cured. And at the same time, Harry and Jordan smashed the Unity Bowl, therefore freeing the essence of the Lost One, who then went into the Book of Effing Shadows and created entries or spells about its damn self in the book. That's not bad writing. They're just stupid. They're just really dumb. Because you unbound the essence of the Lost One from the Unity Bowl, but you didn't contain the essence. You just let it fly to go infect something else. I'm like, woo. Help me, Buddha. I'm like, help me, Buddha, help me. Why? Yes, I know that my streams the past 2 or 3 have become mukbangs. But if you've messed with anemia, you will understand. It is no joke. And my iron levels are low, so it is what it is. So if you see me eating popcorn, which is my iron infuser of choice, that is why I'm popping popcorn like crazy right now. So yeah, I'm in my feelings. Now, again, season 4 has still been tremendous. And so I really feel like they deserve a season 5. I really, really do. I just feel like this episode right now, for me, just this Kayla thing, because now I'm looking at Kayla, I'm like, oh, okay, you're a stem cell sister. Like and did anybody else get those stem cells, Kayla? Anybody else get those transplants? Anybody else get them? Because you might have brothers and sisters out there that could also be related to you now because of the stem cells. That's not actually how DNA works, but you know what I mean. So it's a thing. And we have 4 episodes left. And the next episode is literally Sunny and her fellow unseen minions taking over the command center, which again, how the hell are they getting into the command center? Even Mag is like, how did they get in here? I'm like, apparently the command center is free for all. I don't know what it is, but it is not a safe space anymore. Yes, I went there. So I feel like maybe you guys should just stop going to the damn command center. Maybe you should tell your house it's time to move back to Hilltown and get the hell away from these nut jobs because you endanger people. The command center doesn't have your back. The only magical item that has had your back outside of the Book of Shadows is your damn house. Maybe you should just stay there. Maybe you should get the technology to portal back and forth in your attic, and then you don't have to go to the command center anymore. We don't need the command center. The command center is for Power Rangers. Just stop. Just stop. Dear Lord, and dear Lord. So yeah, in a nutshell, that was it. But again, my favorite parts of this episode are basically Dexter and Ray. And I love how right before, and when Dexter was back in the Vale, Ray was like, I'm sorry you didn't get to spend more time with him. He's like, I actually miss him. And I thought that was interesting that they went from wanting to kill each other irrationally, basically, to bonding over they're both understanding that they are POCs and they're not about to be in a horror movie. That was literally the turning point. The turning point wasn't their daughter. Even when they were like, we want to save you, Maggie. We're going to lower you out the window. Let me and Ray handle this. Let us be your dads. Let us do this for you. And like, that was not the turning point. The turning point was when Ray was like, I am a POC. I am not about to be in a horror movie. And Dexter said, true that. I was like, that's it right there. So like, there you go. Horror movies, POC, not doing it. Nope. The bonder of everyone. We just all need to get together and understand that is what brings us all together. The fear of death. But yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. And I love how Ray also referred to Dexter as the other number one dad. So I do love that they had this closure, but again, it was done very quickly. Like, I thought there would have been more to Ray and him having to talk out their stuff than the 5 minutes of anger they had toward each other before bonding over the horror movie, comment. And again, Maggie being in her feelings, saying, I love you both. I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to say that you can't love your bio parent, but I mean, damn, that was bad. It was just really fast. It was really, really fast. I'm like, I've never met you before, but I love you. It's like a U-Haul parent relationship. I'm like, you knew of this person. Like, I've never met most of my grandparents because they died before I was born. So when I look at them, I don't have an emotional attachment to them. I mean, yeah, my parents love their parents, I'm sure, but I never met them. So if they were to, manifest or appear in front of me right now, I'm not going to be like, grandma, grandfather, oh, I love you. That's not going to happen because I don't know you. I mean, yes, we're related, but I don't know who you are. So that is a thing. That is a thing. So I did find a little what the hellness in that, because I guess for time you had to have that happen, because this writing team is like, we're going to resolve all issues. We're fixing Marisol, we're fixing Ruby, we're fixing all the trash they did with Safe Space, all the trash they did in the past with the whole like system of charm losing their powers, a whole system of magical creep. We're dealing with all of this that was messed up in season 2 or season 3. So that means every emotional thing has to be resolved in one episode. So we got to work this. Every episode has to resolve lifetimes of trauma. Let's go. I'm like, okay. So Ray and Dexter are over it now. Maggie and her 2 dads, and it just is what it is. The only person that was really confused once again was Jordan, because Jordan sure said he was broken up with Maggie, and now all of a sudden he acts like that was that never happened. I mean, really? Your power's giving you amnesia? What's wrong with you? Because you were the one that said it. It's a thing. All right. 41 minutes, not bad. So I'm gonna go down these comments and eat my popcorn and try not to die. I'll start at the very beginning. Okay. So now we know why Kayla is a charm one. And I just know angry grandma is going to come. You guys hate me. You're not wrong. Maria's going to be is the one storyline she was dreading. Yep, that was high on the theory board manifest. I'm telling you. It's such a cop-out. It's such a cop-out. Angry Kaide. Laughing also, well, on the bright side, they are sisters. I want siblings, Kevin, so I'm going to go donate my stem cells right now. I'm going to inject it in people, and they're going to be related to me, and they're going to get all my awesome abilities. Ray, I said that as soon as I heard it, Angry Grandma's about to come out. I'm making an avatar. This is it. I'm tired of this. I'm getting an angry grandma avatar for you guys. Poor Mel this episode. If only she had a way to make things warmer. Woo, let me not choke. You are so right on so many levels. And the fact that I didn't nitpick that, good job, Elias Tez. I said your name wrong. So IT, good job, because you are absolutely right. If only Mel could have made some warmth for her and Sunny with a power that heats things up. You're absolutely correct. Also, was there only one recipient per donor? Thank you. In this stem cell study, and Harry didn't think to mention Dexter being alive. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so used to ignoring Harry now that I don't pay attention to him. So yes, Harry didn't even bother to tell them that Dexter was in the damn attic. Because Harry don't care. Harry don't care. We don't care. I totally had a moment in this episode where they forgot something that was already established. Well, yeah, that was Jordan and his relationship status. It's just like the eps in the OG where the doctor got magic from their blood. Why? It's showtime. Mike lag. This is the Mike lag. So let me try and scroll down a little bit. It's sad watching, knowing, that they're canceled. It is very sad knowing that, actually. Ray versus Dexter's confrontation. That was life. That was funny as hell. It was really funny. And they're both like yelling out irrational shit because like Dexter's like, you lived a life I was supposed to have. And Ray's like, you cheated with my wife and messed up my marriage. It was neither of their faults. Now, it really wasn't Marisol's fault that Macy died, was stillborn, and that the necromancer had to do the blood crap and made her part demon through blood, making her have an allergy as as payment to Marisol. But at the end of the day, most of the crap that occurred between Ray and Dexter is Marisol. Yeah, Dexter cheated. But again, we've established that cheating is okay in the Charm universe because they all do it. But like, I feel like Dexter getting mad at Ray for being married to Marisol. Marisol could have said no. She married him and had a baby. She had mail with him. And then Ray being upset about Dexter. The cheating part is right, but you can't get mad about everything else because it is true that Dexter was forced to leave. He didn't want to leave. He was still very much in love with her. Both of them should have been mad at Marisol. They should not have been mad technically at each other. Only Ray should have had a little bit of animosity about the cheating situation, but like everything else, that was Marisol's fault. I'm not giving that woman a pass, not at all. Dexter was only here for one full episode. At least we got that. I mean, just saying. Harry said it to Harry also when he was playing poker or something at the bar. Thank you. You're right. When he was playing was it Elven poker at the bar at Blue Camellia, he mentioned he broke up with his girlfriend, and then he told Harry when Harry was talking about how Macy was gone, he would understand. He's like, well, me and Maggie broke up. And I remember saying that's a really shitty comparison because Maggie's still alive. So I don't know what was happening with that one. Jordan was the one who broke up with her. Yep. Jordan forgot. Interesting that Harry can still orb. I didn't want to say anything about that because I'm confused. So for me to continue to enjoy this episode, I can't keep nitpicking all of it because I really have a long list. And that really was on it. I don't know why he can still orb. I mean, the only thing he could really do was heal an orb. And occasionally make potions and spells. I don't know why he's able to still orb. It makes no sense at all. Because he gave up his powers to become a necrolighter. It makes no sense. I don't know. The lighter duo is back. But they've already said that Jordan is not a white lighter. So then why are they referring to him? What is this forebodingness of this white lighter situation? I don't understand. Why wasn't Roxy in this episode, by the way? Yeah. Yes, please hit the like button. Like me lots. Romance for the win. Yes. Jordan and Harry have the best chemistry of anybody on the show. This is just truth. Jordan was the one that broke up with her. Yep. Absolutely. Let's go down a little bit. Jordan was the one that broke up with her. Yep. We're all establishing that Jordan was the one that broke up with her. Laugh aloud. What's that scary movie where the little girl is stuck in the house in another dimension? Oh gosh. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, what is that called? It's going to come to me. But either way, we don't do POCs. We're not doing those movies. We're just not doing them. We are the ones that are already on the highway when you're trying to go investigate in the car on the highway. Bye. It's the unseen. They're using that gem cast to the magical world. I'm sure like didn't they say that something was digging out in the yard? They're probably looking for the bowl too. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I felt bad for Dev. Me too. I absolutely felt bad for Dev. I mean, he's such a cool guy. He's so laid back. He's understanding. He's been through trauma. She's like, you are not that guy. He literally came to you before you guys first ever had sex and said that he lost his family, his entire family. He shared that with you, and you're still like, you're the sex buddy, or the sex pal, the fun guy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her. I think it's cool to portray the girl in this way instead of the guy, which is usually the case on TV and film. It definitely breaks a stereotype, but I mean, I'm kind of annoyed that they keep doing it because she's already done this to him before. So she needs to stop. And plus, he's an awesome boyfriend. Yes, he is. The CW dropping the acts of Zaslav on shows, and not just the shows though. Some people have been messaging me on Instagram, and one of the articles actually said that a lot of the crew, like not crew, but like actual employees at the CW are being laid off. So it's not just the TV shows and the crews; it is actual CW employees, which is crazy. The episode didn't feel the same hearing the news about Charm being canceled. It was weird because you keep looking at it thinking, well, darn, now everything that happens now matters because it's the last time it's going to happen. So I am glad that they did reveal Kayla's secret this early, because if we had to wait to the last episode, that would have been really bad to go out on. But yeah, it is a thing. Dev is kind of a better boyfriend to me than Jordan. Jordan is a better boyfriend to Harry, so I agree with that. I know the show is getting better and it gets axed. I mean, that's how it is. Shut up, Kenny. I'm like, shut up. Love you. Jordan is kind of the new form of witch lighter. He's a witch lighter. He's not a witch. You mean white lighter? I don't really know what he's supposed to be. Honestly, I have no idea what he's supposed to be. It's just very weird. I mean, Jordan is their white lighter is by proxy. By proxy, you're right, but he can't orb. He is able to heal, but he can't get to where they are like in an instant. So like he has a handicap. So I mean, it's almost like Harry and him need to be together. Harry needs to like teleport him while Jordan heals. It's weird. We're a tag team. When Jordan was brewing potion the spells, almost made me think he was a white lighter, which I know it doesn't make sense. I don't know how he's able to do that. I mean, we know he's magical now, but we don't know what he's supposed to be. So I don't know. The whole situation is just strange to me. Jordan has magic now. I think we only thought it was a power, but he really is a magical being now. Now, we'd established early on in the season he was a magical being because of how he was able to get in the blue camellia. But like, I don't understand what he is, because I remember the showrunner saying that Jordan was not going to be a white lighter. What is he? So that is a thing. I mean, one of the theories is that he's going to be their version of this universe's version of Cupid, which is going to be very interesting because you can't get your love life together. You're going to be a Cupid for other people. That's going to be weird. Dev has slowly rose to become my favorite character. He's very calming. He's very calming and he's logical. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. I agree with that. Jake, that would be so cool. Let me move down. Jordan got his white lighter title this episode, and I think Harry orbed. Well, and that's the thing. Technically, he's not a white lighter. He's a white hot lighter. That's what they called him. I don't know what that means. I really don't. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's happening. So, Jordan, free yourself from a toxic relationship. Agreed. I mean, he does. I mean, he's giving himself his own warning signs because he loves Maggie. He did say he loves Maggie, but because he loves her so much, he doesn't want to end up like Parker. Too soon? I mean, what she did to Parker was wrong. I'm sorry. It sounded like Harry did orb at the end, which was writer F up left out the continuity, the only one I can ever remember. I know that, like I said, I remember them saying in an interview, and I'll have to find it. I'm pretty sure I even talked about it in my season 4, basically our theory video, where they said that Jordan was not going to be a white lighter. And there was a mystery as to what he is. And I believe in episode 1, he even says, I don't know what I am. I'm not a white lighter, but what am I? So like, if you turn around and saying he's a white lighter, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know what that is. You see how Maggie is the angry character? At least the last episode, they used to give all the angry parts to Macy, shaking my head. So, to me, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate. You guys never saw it. But Maggie was always the damn angry character. She was the angry character in season 1. She was always the one that just like lost her shit easily. She always had anger management. It just got worse. So I've always seen that. Like, it's just what it is. They started making Macy more reactive, and she would like, she'd be a little bitchy. So I'm not gonna lie about it. They did make Macy be bitchy. I mean, they had moments like that in season 1, but Maggie has always been the one who, because she's such an emotional, she's a witch of emotion. So she wears her feelings on her sleeve, her heart on her sleeve. Everything is like on the surface with her. So like she snaps easily. She just does. She's always been that way. It's just more extreme since Macy died. So yeah, I've always seen that. So that is a thing. And then look, we can make a video montage. I can show you pivotal moments throughout the seasons where she just started snapping for no damn reason. Like she's always ready to argue. It's like, always, let's fight. So yeah, that's always been Maggie for me. She definitely called him dad and then switched to Dexter real quick. I wish they would have showed her, or she acted like she was struggling with going back and forth with saying dad versus Dexter. Yeah, that would have been cool. Like I said, the problems that I struggle with, and I say this a million times, and I hate it because there's always videos about people who are like, why you always gotta say you're mixed? But I mean, the problem is real. The struggle is real, guys. I really wish that they showed characters like me that are mixed, struggling with both of their identities and also trying to learn more of both of their identities. I wish that Maggie, she had 1 or 2 episodes where she like was getting more in touch with her black side, which is fine. She obviously only got a little bit. She grew up with her Puerto Rican side, but she didn't really embrace anything outside of the food, I guess, and the alcohol. But like Macy never embraced her Puerto Rican side. And she's just as much Puerto Rican as she is black. She is Afro-Latina. And they always gave her the storylines that were just black and never gave her a connection to her mother's side. And her and Maggie are full sisters. So if Maggie had that, then Macy should have had that. And that is what I call bullshit writing. That's what it is. It's what it is. I don't know what it is. Just like, I don't understand why Macy got all of that. Macy was Afro-Latina. She was not just black. She got all of the black racism and none of the, well, to be fair, let's play devil's advocate here. Apparently, in the Charmed universe, there is no racism against people who are Latina or Hispanic because they never got shit in Charmed. Even when we were having ICE and Donald Trump was in office, we never had storylines about people being taken over the border and, dealing with ICE, or, nobody came up to Mel and said, hey, do you have a green card? None of that shit happened. So it was already unrealistic to begin with. So it's a thing. It is a thing. Dexter, Maggie called him Dexter. Dad was weird but sweet. Yeah. I wish that it came a little bit more organically. I wish she got to spend time with him and talk to him and then said, hey, do you mind if I call you dad? And I think that would have been such a sweet moment. And instead of like, dad, I'm like, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Probably saw a picture of the man from Macy. Oh, I'm sure she knew what he looked like. I don't think that was the problem. I don't know though. I think that was probably done off camera. I know they talked about him, and I remember her telling Macy that she felt upset that he never came to find her, never wanted to know her. Like she felt like she was the abandoned child. So I don't know. I think it was the stories that Macy told her that made her connect with him. So why didn't they show Macy connecting more with her mom since she was the one that wasn't raised? Why wasn't she learning more about the mother? You see, it's just really weird. It's just a weird, inconsistent thing. It doesn't make any sense. So it's a thing, guys. It is a thing. Birth dad and biological dad. It's really like watching an adopted kid meet their biological parents. Kayla could have been better with her bio parents, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, her adopted parents seem pretty cool, though. But yeah, I wish she had let them effing talk last week and say why they gave her up. Because obviously they didn't break up. So what was it? What made them, give her up? And then why was the dad looking out the door like he was paranoid? You know what I mean? He was looking behind him like, well, what's going on? Now, one could argue and say, okay, it's a minority. These people are trying to use a phone and like they don't have a cell phone, in this time, this day and age. And so does that mean somebody else is falling to try and break into our house? I'm paranoid. That could have been the case. I don't know. I feel like in Charmed, there should be like a magical underlying reason. I don't know. Maggie and Mel always call Ray, which was kind of wonky to me, but okay. I know I actually have friends that call their parents by their first names. Now that didn't fly with my family. If I would have said any of my parents' first names, I wouldn't be here. If my daughter ever calls me by my first name, I will uncreate her. I will reality bend her. She will not exist. I will never have had a child. That's literally how that works. So, but some people like that. I guess they like to feel youthful. Don't call me mom or dad. That ages me. Call me by my name. Now, I love you, but I'm not your friend. Don't call me that. So that's really interesting. Kayla, I agree. These stories Macy told her, and the fact that she is a link to her. But still, I've heard numerous stories about my grandparents. I've lost uncles and aunts. As a matter of fact, my mother, which is so weird, my mother died from leukemia. So did 4 of her siblings, and it's not supposed to be hereditary, but all 4, like her and all 4 of them, so 5 of them out of 7 died from leukemia, which could be environmental because she was from Scotland. She was from a fishing town. It could have been the chemicals on the deck. It could have been anything. But I've heard stories about all of these people, but I don't feel connected to them because I don't know them. I don't have experiences with them. I don't have memories with them. I haven't talked to them. So again, organically, it would have made more sense for me if Maggie started bonding with him in this episode, and by the end of it said, "Hey, can I call you dad?" Think about the sweet moment that would have been. That would have been such a sweet moment to have her, come to terms with her dad, and, him actually not wanting to leave her. He did want her. And then she called, and as a reward, "You're my other dad," instead of just like going in swinging. "I've never met you, but I love you and you're my damn dad." That's not how that works. That is not how that works. It's a thing. I feel like Mel is back in her Prue older sister position. I actually enjoy it, to be honest. She excels at so the actress by being the leader. Well, she's the activist, so that does make sense. And she's bossy. Sean, is because he's such an absentee figure. I know some people like that. It will never was with their parents. Are you talking about Ray, or are you talking about, because Dexter was dead, so that doesn't count. Love to see that it's still, even from the nitpicks. True. Like I said, this is still light years better than seasons 2 and season 3. Mel was a leftover. I mean, seriously, what was the plan for Mel if he got his family back together? What was Mel? Was he gonna call Ray, come get your kid? I'm like, well, I don't know what would happen. I feel like Macy was so tempered and practiced in her leadership role, or practical in her leadership role. I mean, she's a scientist, so yeah. No, I get it. Trust me. Me and my dad have the worst relationship, but I still call him dad. I don't know if it's because I grew up in Texas or always just him to be an actual dad. So yeah. Disclosure, you guys, I've always talked about the fact that me and my dad have no relationship whatsoever. He calls me. We only talk about my brother because my brother has special needs. That is the only connection that I have to him, because stuff that he did. So he was my dad my entire life. I stopped talking to him probably about 5-6 years ago, and I live 30 minutes from him. And full disclosure, he called me tonight, which is why our stream's a little bit late, because I had to get him off the phone. There's some people that are in your life that shouldn't be, and there's some people that are in your life that should be. And my dad should not be in my life. And that's just what it is. So yeah, I feel you. When Mel and Sunny were trapped inside the snow globe, I said to myself, "Mel, do not trust her. The big mistake she did, it hit Sunny out of the snow globe. When she turned on her, I was right on." I think she's going to have a redemption arc, because you basically have Sunny is a traumatized character who is taken by the faction, and they did unspeakable things to her, and they tried to kill her, and she is in her feelings. She's still very much in that state of being a victim, and so she needs somebody to blame, and she's blaming the Charmed Ones, because the rhetoric, basically the whole magical Twitter and social media world has basically tried and convicted the Charmed Ones as not giving a damn about the magical world. To play devil's advocate, the Charmed Ones are not speaking out on behalf of themselves and telling the truth. What they should have said was, well, in season 2 and season 3, we didn't have any magical people, so there was nobody to defend. And then, technically the ones that we did find, the faction already had, and we didn't have any powers. Oh yeah, by the way, our sister died. So us 3 actually are now trying to get readjusted, because our newest member hasn't been with us except for a couple of weeks, or maybe some months. So yeah, you got to cut us a little bit of slack because we're in our training period. Like, the oldest member of our group is gone, and so yeah, we had a lot going on. So basically, is what I'm saying. But now instead they're like, just like it was not lost on me that Mel was talking about everything that went down with Sunny, and she was saying, yeah, Sunny was right. The unseen are not just regular villains that we can just take out. And I'm like, no, Sunny was right that you guys didn't help the magical world. you're leaving out the magical lives matters part, but that's fine. They're not gonna take that accountability. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Let's see here. These are some interesting family dynamics. Well, I mean, Maggie said that this is a big dysfunctional ass family, basically. So it's a thing. It is a thing. I wanted Sunny to see the light. I think Sunny is going to see the light. When you saw that moment where she actually asked Mel, "Are you really being truthful?" Right now, Sunny is so hurt and has so much trauma that she has swallowed the Kool-Aid of this group. I do think that if anybody's going to turn, it's going to be Sunny. So Sunny's either going to turn or be killed. There is no in between. So that is a thing. Trunksy wants blood. I freaking love Trunksy. When Trunks is like, I turned on the gas main and I'm going to light this motherfucker up. I was like, this freaking stuffed animal is OP. Love Trunksy. Trunksy was amazing. Trunksy was the best ever. Best villain in the whole damn universe of this Charmed universe. Best. Hell, I'll even go so far to say that he's the best villain in both Charmed universes. If they had to take on Trunksy in the other, in the OG series, they probably wouldn't know what to do either. Trunksy is OP. OP. Just think if he had time to come up with or they had time to come up with a plan. Trunksy was amazing. We need more talking Trunksies. Hopefully less homicidal. I loved it. I loved everything about Trunksy. I told you the POC Bible. Man, you don't gotta tell me. I entered some information into the POC Bible. I helped write that book. No, knock. What's that sound? Oh, where are you? Not here. I was out after the first knock. Bye. No, we're not going to run through the woods. I don't know these woods. I can't see in the dark. No, that's not. Besides, I'm not going to be in the cabin in the woods anyway. No cell phone reception. That's just asking for crap. So no, can't do it. We're not going to go, skinny dipping in the lake. Besides, why would you want to do that anywhere? There's snakes in there. That's stupid. There are rules you follow in the world to keep yourself alive, and horror movies just ignore all of them. So it's just a thing. Level between Trunksy and Bebo, I don't know who is worse or funnier. I think Trunksy is probably both worse and funnier. I think Bebo is trying too hard to be cute as a villain. Trunksy's just like, I know I'm cute and I'm gonna mess you up. Like Dora Maria, when Trunksy said he was gonna burn the house down, I was like, okay, bye. Even the house can burn. Yep. Light it up. It's on fire. But not like, I love when you said purr, because Sunny did purr when she was leaning on Mel when they were like cold. She actually acted like a real cat. I wonder if she can shift like a familiar. Like, is she a familiar? Is she like the same, or this universe's version of what the familiars were in OG Charm? I didn't think about that, but actually that's kind of cool. That is very, very cool. But I agree with you. Burning down the house, yeah, we're out. Hell, if they saw a spider in the wall, again, they just burn down the house and leave. I'm surprised the house didn't eject it. Trunksy is this season's finale villain. And you know what? I would be okay with that. I really would. I literally would be cool with Trunksy being the last villain. I like seeing Ray and Dexter's fake fight. Yeah, I love when they were like trolling each other's hair. Right? It was like he said something about his puffy hair or his receding hairline, whatever. And he's like, at least I got hairy bald head. And he called him Puffy. I was like, you guys are wrong. They're good at improv. I'll give them that. Trunksy wasn't pulling no punches. He was giving what was needed to be gave. Yep. Trunksy was amazing. I do think Mel almost reached her until Kayla came at her with the hammer at the end. Yeah, I think Kayla kind of messed it up. But to be fair, she did cut off Kayla's thumb. The girl's bitter. I mean, it's just what it is. Plus, she was going to bake it. I mean, she was going to boil it in the cauldron. So, I mean, I still have no idea how that finger was still viable and able to be reattached magically if it was boiled a little bit. But I have chosen to suspend my disbelief on that. Kind of like them being out of magical painkillers. I just chose to just move along. Move it along. Let's see here. Everything was reversed or only in the house. It would make sense that Harry could orb if it was reversed since he couldn't before, or they never showed it and they can't summon either him or Jordan. It would only make sense, Sean, if they actually said, if he said, how am I able to orb again? But that never came out of his mouth. So that was actually a continuity error. That was a mess up. I know I was like, bad timing, Kayla, bad timing. So normally happens. How is Chunky smarter than a lot of villains in Charmed? Yeah, I know, right? Chunky's amazing. He's just amazing. Kenny, when are you doing your review with Maria? Yes, Kenny, when are you doing your review? He didn't ask me. He asked you. Like, Kenny. I love you do talking Charmed. It represents like both sides together. You just want him to be on my channel so he can talk for 5 hours and then he can smack me around. That's not nice, Ray. You're not nice. But yeah, we really need to figure that out. We need to figure that out. So Trunksy can be Bebo 2.0. I don't know. I want Trunksy to be his own, identity, because I feel like Trunksy would kill Bebo. I really do. It's been a while since I've seen a seer on a show. Their eyes always look different depending on the story. Yeah, I'm used to having mouths sewed, but when I see the eyes sewed shut, it's just so. Ugh. Kayla's getting so quick with her drawing. I mean, right? I'm just assuming that she saw the hand as Mel's hand when she was drawing. Like, I guess she just had her hand memorized size-wise, because when she was drawing the dagger, that literally could have appeared in anybody's hand, including her own. So I guess it's just a visualization thing too. It manifests where you want it to manifest, which is interesting. That's something that I didn't think she could do. So that's cool. Not sure. I think we will do this series finale together. We are definitely gonna do a series finale, and it's gonna probably make a lot of people cry. Kenny's gonna cry a lot. There's gonna be a lot of waterworks on the channel, so it's gonna be a thing. So yeah, Trunksy versus Bebo, make it happen. Trunksy would literally kill Bebo. Trunksy's a girl, I think. I don't know. I mean, real men also wear pink, so it could Trunksy could also be a boy. That's why I'm trying to say they, because I don't know. They, them. My favorite seer on Charmed is Charisma Carpenter. Yeah. I miss Charisma Carpenter on Angel, though. Itty bitty living space. I'm in a little bitty like living space now that I have my sound booth in here. It's like pushing me in the corner. The episode reminded me of the Charm episode, Repo Manor, when Riot trapped them in a miniature of their house. That, and also elements of the episode where Piper and Prue were trapped with a demon in the picture, in the painting. For some reason, that kind of resonated with me too. Mel learned her fighting from fighting and hunting people with Jada. She learned her fighting from YouTube. Don't lie to me, Sean. If I'm on YouTube. This Arcana training came back full force. But even still, like in season 2, when Maggie started training with Jordan, she was beating the hell out of Mel. So I don't know. I didn't think Mel was capable of taking on Sunny. I don't know why, but I just didn't feel like that was her thing. She's very heavily power-based. She uses her powers more than fighting. So, and the only time I think when she had that watch from her mother, the gift, it was a bracelet or a watch that let her use her time power to speed up and like basically become the Flash for a minute while she's attacking you, which I miss, and I still have no idea why we don't have those back. I do miss that. And I did say that she was kind of, productive in fighting there, but we don't really get to see Mel fight a lot. So I guess it was like a treat, I guess. We need to see more of that. Let's see. I'm still sad that Charmed is canceled after 4 seasons. Man, I'm going to miss my girls, Mel, Maggie, Macy, Kayla, after episode 13, RIP Charmed, 2018 to 2022. I know. It's so sad. I did enjoy the heart-to-heart moment between Sunny and Mel. She was reaching her. She really was. Damn, the Arcana was so cool. Damn you, Fiona. Damn you. I know. I miss Jada. Well, okay, so Chauncey, Chochi, I think it's Chochi, whatever Ray's friend is. We learned this last night when we were doing when me and Kenny were doing the very long 3-hour 3-hour stream on the CW cleaning house, that's supposed to be Nico. Nico's been helping Ray the entire time. And since Ray has been pushing Jordan, saying Jordan's the keeper, maybe he was pushing Nico too. I don't know. Maybe he met Nico before, or she reached out and realized that was Mel's dad. But yeah, Nico is supposed to be, Ray's friend that was a detective. That is so messed up for us to be getting Nico closure, and they're not going to be able to do it because I think that was something they were going to do in season 5. I'm so in my feelings about that. Sunny picked the wrong charm when the fight. Mel be scrapping. Yeah, she beat her ass. It was pretty, actually. I mean, if we can't get male witches, I will dev Harry and Jordan doing spells. Yeah, the Charm Boys. The new power of 3. My favorite seer is the original seer. She is the actress from Eve's Bayou, and I'm that film. She has vision, so my mind is a connected universe, and she transcends her magical powers and becomes a demon. That actress has actually been in a lot of stuff. We literally have like the 3 major type of love interests in these dudes. True. Well, how Jordan and Harry can just become the new romance of the show because they stare at each other enough. He stares at Harry more than he stares at Maggie. It's interesting. They love bringing everyone to their command center, enemies and allies. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. There we go. Joey Falco revealing that Chuchi is actually Nico is a gag. I mean, it's a gag because why the hell are we just now knowing this? They should have just brought her in. They're taking over the command center next week. Yep. I like Richard Montana's family were more magical than the Hallowells. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a new show because like Motherland Fort Salem's also going to be in their last season this year too, and so like both my witch shows are going away. It's really bad. The command center security is trash, right? Like it used to be on point. I mean, look when Dev touched the control panel, everything shut down, but now you can just like come in whatever the hell you want. It's weird. Really nice that Potion only works on Mel and Sunny and not the huge house that wouldn't fit in the command center. True that. That is very true. It's worse than Star Labs security. Hell, Star Labs might have made the security. That might be the problem. Damn it, Flash. Well, Ray the Montana family grew up witches. Remember, the Hallowell Magics were blinded. I mean, binded, sorry. That's right. The Halliwells and the Vera Vaughn, the Vera's plus Vaughn, were bound. Because I remember Marisol saying, I have 3! That spell that Jordan is acting is what breached the protection spells on the command center and added that new page to the Book of Shadows. I'm telling you, that was not the smartest. That was not the smartest decision. We've seen Graham's, Patty, and their play anti-coven. Yeah, we don't really get to see people in this universe. Maria, what the chat say? What did the chat say? Are you? That must be when I was talking about. I didn't like the fact that Kayla got her powers from stem cells. I know you. I know that's what you said. The Charmed Army. Yep. I mean, think about it. Macy made her own army. At least Kayla has a connection to them biologically. Kayla's parents literally disowned her for no big reason. I mean, hell, we don't even know why. We have no idea why. It's just a thing. I don't get that at all. I'm still in my feelings and won't be for a while about Charm being canceled. I can think of one show that wasn't there should have. Charm has a point and good storylines. I can think of a few shows that should have gotten the axe and Charm should have been saved, but it's a thing. This is so comic book science. I know, right? This drop of blood that I'm putting inside you will carry my DNA for eons through many multiverses. Okay, stop. Just stop. Oh, also, I'm making a bunch of clones of you too as we speak. So many great theories to go with this, and this is what we got. I gotta say, I'm disappointed. Thank you. It's such a freaking cop-out. Oh, Lord have mercy. And Macy being a whole ass scientist should have been concerned about sharing her stem cells. I know she didn't know she was magical, but still, I think that she should have at some point been, thought about it now that she knew she was a witch. I actually donated my stem cells back in the day. I wonder what this will do to people. Dexter didn't know and couldn't control her. She was literally going to try everything to save her dad. Like I said, though, I just think that was a cop-out. I'm sorry. I just do. Well, that would have been a cool concept of Macy's stem cells making evil charm ones. I mean, she had demon blood in her at the same time. So, like, I'm just confused. Eat the pain away with popcorn, not sponsored. I'm trying, but see, my sinuses are going crazy because I moved my humidifier, so now I can't breathe. That means that if anything happens to Mel or Maggie, there would be other charm ones. Yep, out there, and one of them might have Macy's power set. True that. That is very true. Macy might have done it before, telling her dad and what she did, or so he wouldn't talk her out of it. Even still, I just think that is it's just problematic. Problematic. Caleb for his powers the same way as Beast Boy. What? Caleb, are you saying Caleb got her powers the same way as Beast Boy? Yeah, I can see that. Hello, Kenny Lowe. Anger Grandma's in check right now. I'm actually like in check. In check. They could have done better with Kayla's relatives, but it's all right. That whole thing with her meeting her parents, for me, was underwhelming because you went through all this just to not ask them why they gave you up. Like, it was like, I don't really need to know. I don't need to live in the past. And why the hell are you here? I'm like, bye. I don't need to know you. Macy might have done it before telling her dad so he wouldn't talk her out of it, which we already talked about. I'm going to eat more popcorn because you guys are telling me. Let's see. I definitely agree with you that it could have been so much more. It had so much potential. So much potential. Also, was that the new or old Book of Shadows? That was the one she pulled from that moment in time, creating an interesting time loop, in my opinion. But that's the thing. I think eating popcorn should be your new thing. I would love to. It's just, again, the breathing thing is a problem in this room. I was gonna barf if it was anything time related or future baby. I'm barfing because it's stem cells. So I disagree with you, Ray. See, you're getting my stamp of disapproval right now. Having it be time related or a future baby or from another charm line, giving her a deeper connection to the charm lines in general would have been epic cool. She could have been the transitional character towards the first ever set of charm ones. She could have been descendants of them. That shit, there was so many things she could have been outside of effing stem cells. I'm sorry. That is legit a cop-out. It is a cop-out. So annoying they still haven't touched on the charm origin more. I mean, they can't. They have stem cells. It definitely needs a 5th and final season. I think they should have gave them another season. I really do. I think they should have gave them a chance to wrap up the show. Even if they wanted to do like 12 episodes, 13 episodes, not a whole 21 like they're doing this season, they should have given them that. Because I don't think it's fair to hire these brand new showrunners that are actually not doing a bad job and then literally like, all right, bye. Like, that is so messed up to me. But whatever. Next episode, time traveling back to season 2 with them losing powers. Yep. That's exactly what's happening. Sunny with a chance. It's like the command center is the magic school from OG. Right? Everybody just broke into there too, but that was more Gideon's fault most of the time. The Charmed Origin is going to be very brief if we do get it, because this wasn't supposed to be the series finale. This happened with Legacies during COVID. Yeah. A lot of people are mad about that show being canceled too. Look, they were going to season 5, but it's canceled, so we won't. Yeah, I honestly don't know if we're going to have, I don't know if we're going to have any of the origin story. To be honest, I have no idea. That's actually a very good question. They even have their own sword on. They have Trunksy. Power Ranger Charmed. More like Cerebral. Yep. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little bit because I know we're I'm trying here, guys. I am trying here. Let's see. For some reason, it jumped up. I'm sorry. Let me get here. Celeste was a great season 2 addition. Josefina season 3. I miss them. Hopefully, we get a big battle because hopefully they were kind of prepared for the cancellations or at least heard rumors. Yeah. Where's Kevin? Like, all my transgendered actors are gone. They built everybody up and then they got rid of them all. Macy and Prue would have been the Red Ranger. Mel and Piper would have been the Blue Ranger. Maggie and Phoebe would have been the Yellow Ranger, and Kayla and Paige would have replaced the eldest as Red. So depends if we're doing Power Rangers or Super Sentai, but I kind of see Kayla and Paige as being the Blue Ranger, because Billy in the OG series was always the one that fell out of place, and they're the ones that the orphans, the additions, the adoptees. So I feel like they would have been the Blue Rangers. I can support Maggie and Phoebe being either yellow or pink. I can go down with that ship. Mel and Piper are, well, Mel I can see actually being more of the Green Ranger, the standoffish one, the activist. Piper's kind of the same way, though Piper does have qualities of being the Red Ranger because she's hot-tempered. Prue most definitely is a Red Ranger leadership-wise, and so is Macy. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely think Kayla and Paige are more Blue Ranger than replacing as Red. 4 more episodes left. That means Charm is not taking an episode break. I hope not. You saying that, watch it happen. Like, you say it's not. If someone has some of my siblings' organs, are we then siblings? You tell me. And the laws of Charmed. So Magi Ranger, they have Garuda, Phoenix, Mermaid, Knight, and Minotaur. So which mythical creature would fit the Charm ones? I have all of the Magi Ranger stuff behind me, so I was really thinking hard about this. Since I have the staff that actually has all of their crystals in it. This is actually Smokey's lamp. The staff is behind it. Charms, mystical. Because that's hard, because technically they wouldn't be the mermaid. I can see them being the Phoenix because they just seem to always survive. Like, except for Macy, that's too soon. But no, because Macy has extended her DNA through her stem cells. So yeah, I think that they probably be the Phoenix. That's their closest deity. If we're talking about Magitopia, they are the Phoenix, which I think her is Wingel or whatever. Not gonna lie, Trunksy is the best villain, and how the Charm ones die, not even the Whispering Evil can compare. I'm telling you, the Whispering Evil, if they could tame Trunksy as an ally, they would never have to fight. Trunksy would take out everybody. The unseen come to the house, and Trunksy's like, I'm house sitting. I'm like, you bitches are dead. I'm like, I would die. Could you see Sunny's face breaking into the Charm one's house and having Trunksy sitting there with a knife? That'd be freaking hilarious. Oh, love it. Dexter did have it worse. Okay, so this is hard for me, guys. Seriously. I can't downplay that Dexter had to leave the woman he loved with their child because their child would kill the woman he loved. But, and this is just me, okay? They were not allergic to each other. He legit could have moved close to them. Him and Marisol could have seen each other during the week when Macy was at school. They could have got, they could have made a long distance thing happen, or like even in Hilltown, where they got together. He updated her about Macy, and they worked together to try and figure out how to save their daughter and to save Marisol's life so she could be around, Macy and break the curse. So I kind of agree with that. But as a person who also likes to write scripts and loves to write stories, why they never thought to do that, to this day, I don't understand. I don't get that. I just don't get it. If you wanted to make that relationship work, you could have found a way to make that damn relationship work. I have seen movies, comic book stories, television shows where people have had worse stuff and they've made it work. So there's that. Ray did not ask to be the rebound. He was Marisol's rebound. She got pregnant with Mel. I don't know if that's why she married him. They never really said. I don't know if she ever loved Ray. If she never loved Ray and she got with him, that is effed up. She cheated on him, and that's why he started flaking. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm not about to sit around and be miserable. So I do feel I'm not gonna put Ray down and say that, by saying that Dexter had it worse, because that whole situation didn't have a damn thing to do with Ray. What happened with Ray was messed up. He got cheated on. And she never committed to that relationship. And that's what it is. They made it seem like going in that he was a deadbeat dad, but then we really knew what happened when he said, no, your mama cheated on me. And she was always wanting to get back with Dexter. Well, then why didn't you try and make it work with him to begin with? Just question marks. This is season 1, 2, and 3 questions, guys. Why? So that's how I feel about that. Kayla and Paige would have been green or black or white Legendary Rangers because they were needed. Yeah, hashtag save Charmed. I'm sure that's probably something that they're doing on Twitter right now. I want to know the percentage of how much Harry is a white lighter. So do I, actually. Hashtag don't cancel Charmed. I couldn't wait to see your reaction to Harry orbing. I ignore Harry. I don't know. I'm in this euphoric place where it's not about him. So I get to ignore him. So it wasn't a concept, but yeah, I can't have a reaction to that because it doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why he's able to orb, because if you gave up your white lighter powers, does that not include orbing? Because you only had 2. You healed people and you orbed. I don't know why. It's actually very interesting. So yeah. Question mark. Looking back, maybe one of the charmed ones should have had their powers to open portals. I can see that. He can't orb. That was established last week. No, but the problem is, Army Party, I love that name. He orbed in this episode. So we know he can't, but he did. Just like Jordan broke up with Maggie, but he forgot. So this episode, there was a lot of things people were doing that and not remembering that they should have known not to be able to do and remember. Gemcast equals social media. Yeah. I like saying Witcher or Witter or whatever for Twitter. Dev is cute. Dev is adorable. No, when you were talking to us during the distortion, reminded me of this little girl that gets stuck in the TV in the house. You mean Poltergeist? You may say, I'm back. Army Party, it wasn't a portal. CW, just Thanos snapped and nobody is safe. I'm telling you, I thought it was literally just the TV shows. It is literally CW employees. We're talking people probably working in HR, in the office, and probably licensing, acquisitions. All these people are losing their jobs. It's crazy. This is exactly what I was thinking. They spent so much time at the Blue Camellia this episode, and we never saw Roxy. I don't know where she goes. I mean, she's not supposed to be underground right now, so it's very weird. With all the shows going to be axed, will it affect much of reviewer content? I'm just going to find other stuff to review. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a plethora of things out there. We're going to have more MCU content coming out on Disney Plus. Eventually, we'll have Peacemaker too. But there are other shows that I can 100% get into to review that I will have no problem talking about. I just finished watching The Wild season 2 on Amazon. I'll probably do something with them. I'm setting up my Bridgerton season 2 review for 11 o'clock tomorrow Central Standard Time. So we're going to talk about that. But there's a lot of stuff that I can talk about that will not be CW. I will check out Gotham Knights, just the first 3 episodes, to see how it is. I still have to do my review of Naomi. Now it's canceled. The Kung Fu review I need to catch up on, so this will give me time to do that. I also have to talk about The Flash. Ugh. So I have to do more Arrowverse, stuff. Superman and Lois especially, because I haven't done reviews on them either. So it's been a thing. I think Naomi kind of like put me off Arrowverse for a minute, so it's been hard. Which is normally The Flash, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm gonna save my blood pressure, but I do need to play catch up. So that is a thing. You're gonna see a bunch of streams happening very soon. They're gonna be scheduled. They're just gonna pop up in the community tab. So make sure you're checking the community tab, guys, because I don't know if it alerts you, but let me set up a lot of streams over the next few weeks. So it is a thing. It is a thing. Let's see. Just scrolling down. I love this. CW is trying to become a reality TV show network quietly, or maybe they're selling because of the Harvey Weinstein stuff and the contract is up. I really think they're trying to invest in DC or DCEU, and they want to be the next MCU, and they're just cleaning house. They need all the money they can get towards those endeavors. So it's a thing. Jordan is unknown and probably will forever since there's 4 episodes left. True that. We probably will never get to know what Jordan actually is. No, I think that they'll probably, the showrunners on Twitter will say exactly what they were going to do in season 5 and reveal they'll spill the tea on everybody, when the show is done airing. I just joined. Kayla has feelings for Deb, but she's just scared. That's part fear, part I just don't want to trust anybody. So, but it's a thing. Jordan is something completely new and random. That's what they said. That's why them calling him a white lighter or white hot lighter is interesting. Maybe the ghost witch blessed Jordan to be magical after the curse lifted. Who the hell knows? Guess we'll never find out if not explained by the end of the season. That's true. Trunksy will return for a rematch against Ray. That would be hilarious. That would be so funny. I can see Jordan and Maggie get together, but as long as Jordan's in the show, I don't care. True. He doesn't have to be with Maggie to be an interesting character. Well, we need Celeste here to tell us what Jordan is. Oops, no season 5. Damn it. Yeah, we still haven't gotten the new White Lighter character. Weren't we getting her? Diana, whatever her name is. She better show up soon. There's only 4 episodes left. Kayla has feelings for Deb. She's just scared. He is so great for her, though. I think Deb is adorable. I really do. At least Maggie isn't as self-absorbed as Phoebe. I love Phoebe for gut spelling, but she got unbearable and so fixed on herself and her column. Yeah, she was always like that, unfortunately. Celeste's gone living her life. I don't blame her. After she pretended to give up her youth for a while, take this, let me make a sacrifice and take my time, thy timekeeper, and go to the future to get the sources part or a piece of the necklace. You gave it back to me. I developed 1 wrinkle. I sacrificed so much. So I was like, no, I don't trust you. I'm out. If I stay with you guys, I'm going to end up dead. Bye. Kenny loves Stargirl, everybody. The shade, Ray. It's his favorite show. His response, Ray, I'm blocking you. Macy did grow up predominantly in which her black side and lived her life as a black woman. I get that. Ray. You're missing the point, baby. Because technically, Maggie was raised predominantly Puerto Rican, but she still had a desire to know the other part of herself. Macy was never written to want to know the other side of herself. She lived in a house with a full Puerto Rican, a half Puerto Rican like herself, and did not have the desire. Even though she wanted to know her mother, she felt hurt that she wasn't raised by her mother. They never wrote that storyline. And this is the point that I consistently make. It is the most frustrating thing as somebody who had interracial parents. When you are in an interracial family, unless you live that life, you do not understand how hard it is to have parents that don't match, to have cultures that don't match. I had it worse because I had a foreign mother. My mother was not American. So I had a foreign mother, an American dad who was half black, half indigenous, 2 of the ethnicities of this country that get shit on pretty much the most. And it's a thing. It is a thing. And I hate I hate stories where they take a mixed person's identity and make them pick a damn side and say, if you don't pick a side, you're wrong. If you try to know all of yourself, you're wrong. Stay in your box and shut the hell up. I do not like that shit. I'm sorry. I don't. This is like when people were getting in their feelings and saying stuff like the reason that they got rid of Macy is because she's black. I'm like, baby, she's mixed. She's mixed in real life. She was mixed on the damn show. Yes, she was darker than the other girls. She still wasn't that dark, but she was darker than the other girls. She wasn't as big ambiguous as I am, but still, it does not negate the fact that this was a woman who is mixed. I wish people would get it through their damn head, but they don't. I've been dealing with this stuff almost 46 years old. A big chunk of my life has been from imposter syndrome, from dealing with shit like this. This is why that stuff triggers me. You want to see angry grandma come out? That shit will come out like no joke. Because I am tired. I'm too old to be saying repetitive shit. So that's what it is. It's what it is. Maggie explored her being back in one episode in the season, but since Macy is full in the show, she got it more, I think. See, Macy is not full because they have the same mother. If you have the same mother and the same father, if Maggie's mixed, then Macy is mixed. That makes zero damn sense. I mean, that's not how genetics works. So that is a thing. I think that Kenny you are reviewing the Housewives of Atlanta or something like that. I don't know. I am not really big on those shows. So Kenny is the expert in that department. Suspension of disbelief. I do it every day. Jordan doesn't even know what he is. That's true. I mean, it's true. Identity crisis storyline. Identity crisis has been my whole damn life. My whole effing life. I really like how they're showing a different type of bisexual woman with Kayla. I loved Abby's portrayal, but Kayla types are important too. Yeah. I mean, that is a big stigma within the LGBTQ plus community. Is one of the running jokes is that the L and G are the only two that matter in the acronym, and everybody else is just SOL. Because real talk, we have a place here that is really the only place there is basically for people that are LGBTQ plus. So they're like a big support group. They tell you where to go to stay at hotels. They tell you the best places to go for doctors when you're LGBT, basically to try and get you away from homophobes, because we live in the South and that is a big deal. But there was one person that was on the staff who told me personally that when she was with a woman, she was treated like gold. But the moment that she went with a man, everybody started ostracizing her within the organization. And she's always identified as bisexual. And so that is a stigma. It is something that happens. It is not fair. It is very biphobic, and people don't see that. So it's a thing. I agree with that. CW writers all have parent issues. Damn right. And their kids talk to them like crap. I don't know. Maybe they like it. There's something wrong, because this is not the only, like every show you see that teenagers are talking out like they're crazy. Like, just like even Maggie telling the dads, just do what you're told. I'm like, man, if I told my parents to do what they're told, I wouldn't be here. Lord. Who would you say is the strongest of the charm ones currently? The charm ones are on the show. Because right now, Trunksy. But of the three girls, I would say Mel, only because of her time ability. But to be fair, if Maggie gets a hold of her mimicking abilities, she pretty much is a contender for the strongest ability, because all she has to do is touch Kayla or touch Mel and be able to mimic any of their powers. So she has potential of being the most badass. But right now, Mel has a stronger hold, and she does seem to adapt faster to her powers, and she experiments with her stuff because she's power obsessed. So right now, I say Mel is probably. How did Charm end with a cliffhanger? Tonight? I mean, basically because the Lost One has infiltrated or infected the Book of Shadows, which is going to have implications probably on their past, because if they put the book back and it's in there, it's going to mess everything up. So, but again, I still stand by what I said earlier. Mel should have grabbed the book from the point in time when it was destroyed, right before it got destroyed in season 2. Therefore, nobody would have ever missed it, and they would have never have given it back. They never would have had to put it back because it would have just been theirs, and no one would have been wiser because they didn't have the book after that point. So I don't know. That's what I would have done anyway. The same way Maggie bonded to Dexter is the exact same way she bonded to Macy as family. I see it as consistent. I see it as inconsistent because she bonded with Macy because they lived together and they developed a relationship. She never lived with Dexter. She never had a conversation with Dexter. This man was a stranger. He might as well have met her on Tinder. I'm sorry. I disagree with that. Macy, may she rest in peace. Amen. I feel bad for those actors who's going to get laid off after the show is getting canceled. I know. For the actors and the crew, I mean, really for all the shows, it's very sad. I mean, I can't imagine. Just imagine you start seeing all these shows being canceled and you don't even realize yours is canceled yet. And then you get that email or you get that call. Or in a more horrible sense, you find out when everybody else finds out in the news articles or on Twitter that you no longer have a job. That is so messed up. That's so messed up. Is this Charm season finale? No, we still have 4 episodes left. Wonder what's next for the show the actors are going to go to. That's a good question, actually. Good question. I know that Maggie's actress was on Disney. I know she was in The Descendants, so she probably could roll that way. Or she's been in a lot of stuff, though. So as for Kayla, I don't know if she's more of an Australian actress. I know she's from Australia. She lives in Australia. I don't know if she'll go back to Australia. Maybe she's there on a visa and she works more primarily in Australia. So there's that. As for Mel's actress, she's done some movies. She's done a few guest spots. So maybe she'll find something else. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I know this is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of people, probably financially, job-wise. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, trying to find new work, trying to audition during pilot season, all that stuff. The stress is on, so they have to find all new jobs. It's crazy. That is crazy. Let's see. As long as they don't redeem Sunny and make her part of the team, Flash, I'm good. I don't mind them redeeming Sunny. I don't think they're going to make her part of the team. I think they need to turn her so she can infect the other ones with goodness and say, hey, maybe we should work together. I just don't want her to be another person that's in the mail. I don't want her to be another male follower because that'll be weird. That would be very, very good. The Charm ones need a good PR team. Don't they really do? They really do. Where the hell is Julian's sister? Who got Black Amber in her blood? Been saying that for a while now, and I have no idea. I have no idea. As long as they don't make Sunny another bat chaser, right? Like a male chaser. I agree with that. I'm really worried about that, actually. It was Ambien, not Black Amber. Oh, I just want to know where she is. I want to know what happened with the sister. It has 4 more episodes. It got canceled yesterday. Yep. I kind of wanted to see the Unseen's Twitter page. Yeah, I think I'm going to send Trunksy to season 2 and 3 showrunners. That should have been a thing, actually. Maria signed my petition to save Charm. Why? You just forged my name like you do everything else, Kenny. You really do one, though? Let me know if you really did one. The Charm ones really need a familiar, but what type of animal would it be? Well, I would say a cat, but it's probably not what they want right now. Why can't they have a dog? I love dogs. Their familiar could be a dog. They could have I have a black Labrador retriever. They could borrow my dog Simon. My dog is cool as hell. He could be their mascot. He could be their familiar. My dog will let them know immediately when there's danger. He's not going to protect me, but he runs. He's like, hey, mom, we need a GTFO. And then he's gone and I know to leave. So yeah, he'd be a great like alert system. Trunksy for a familiar role. Trunksy could also be their familiar, I guess. Yeah. Really, Maria, me talking for 5 hours. I'm sorry, sweetie. You're right. It was like 12. I underestimate. I try to round it down. So you're right. Really hope you and Kay Coronado do a stream together. She wrote you on Twitter. I know you don't really be on Twitter, but girl. Oh, really? Who is that again? I'm sorry. I'm old now. No people, so I don't know who people are. When people write to me on Twitter, I don't get it because I don't ever check it, and I only check my VA board, and that's like an alert that comes to my phone. So people will private message me if they want me to do jobs, because Twitter is another place that we network voiceover wise. So that is literally the only thing. I think only a handful of times I probably said something on the charm board. I think I said something on the bold type board like once, but outside of that, I don't look at anything on Twitter because I find Twitter to be a very scary and emotionally disturbing place. So I don't even bother with it. Too much haterade. But I'll look into that because I have no idea what you're talking about. Someone to send Trunksy back in time to go. Those writers from season 2 and 3 fix these 2 seasons or else. Yeah. I guess it won't matter though. How does Nico know Ray, and wouldn't Mel have said something, or does she even know? Well, she was dating Mel for a while, remember? And then her mother got killed and they broke up and then they got back together. So they were dating for a while. So I'm pretty sure she saw or at least knew of Ray because of Mel. I mean, they were dating. So that tracks. Don't you blame me for last night. I would never blame you. It's all your fault. Oh my God, Maria, you're Marisol. I have 3 impersonations, just made me holler. Oh my God. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? She did scream that. She did scream that. And she said it a few times. I have 3. I have 3. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? I made a spell for the charm ones: Prudence, Piper, Phoebe, Paige, Macy, Melanie, Margarita, and Michaela. Halliwell's and Vera stand strong behind us, vanquishes evil from time and space. What if Michaela's name actually was just Kayla? That would have messed up everything, right? They were like, we can't give you these stem cells because your name doesn't start with an M. Oh, Lord. The reveal in stem cells was the low-hanging fruit. Thank you. I agree with that. Absolutely. The 2 shows that should have been canceled are Nancy Drew and Riverdale. Because I have not watched Riverdale in forever. I agree with Nancy Drew. Honestly, I've never watched All American, but Kenny told me it was boring, so maybe they should have got rid of that. Throwing you on the bus, Kenny. I don't know. I've never seen it before. I know it's a sports show or about football, about football and what's going on in the world. I don't know. Stargirl, Riverdale, Tom Swift, Flash, and many more to save charm. Stargirl is Kenny. I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout again. I'm tired. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. I told you, until you watch Stargirl, you cannot judge Stargirl. You cannot base an opinion of a 1 minute and 32-second trailer. I've told you. Just for that, when Stargirl comes back, I'm gonna have you on here reviewing it with me, just because that's your punishment. And then you're gonna have to watch it. Oh snaps! Better start. Are you gonna be starting at season 3? Just saying, punishment. I'm trying, guys. It just popped up again. Sorry. Here we go. I have to be honest, 2022 is a year that CW is canceling these shows, except the ones that are getting renewed. I know that In the Dark and Roswell, New Mexico's final seasons, they are really cleaning house. Yeah, like I didn't think they were going to cancel Roswell because I didn't feel like that was a really high maintenance show. Even though it's about aliens, their powers are more mental. So I don't know. I think a few times we see telekinesis, but mostly they're like dreams, walking and stuff. So I don't know. It would be cool if Netflix could pick up the Charm series. They can't afford it. They're getting rid of all their shows. I mean, they're losing money like crazy. Gossip Girl was an amazing and thoughtful show. I haven't seen the remake. Was that good? Because I have not seen the remake for Gossip Girl. Kayla just really shows how badass Macy was to come in and become command. Yeah, I see. Kayla was like, I was my own person, but now I'm magical because of your sister's stem cells. So I'm not special at all. I'm like, not at all. I really was just abandoned in a firehouse. Like, and I don't even know why, because I don't need to know why, because apparently I don't need to know why in general. And that means you guys don't need to know either. Because if all the TV shows are getting canceled, they are. They absolutely are. Maggie Mermaid, Macy Phoenix, Mel Knight, and Kayla Garuda. I mean, Tsubasa was Garuda, right? And Maji Ranger. He was the serious boxer one. And hyper ass Hoka was the Phoenix. Urara was mermaid. Makito was wait, I forgot what he was. It went right out of my head. Which is so sad because I actually have a video of the actor who played Maji Green saying hi to me at a convention because I'm cool. But I don't know. Let me rest my brain around that for a minute. Never, Maria, that curse would have ended in heartbreak at some point. But I feel like if Dexter and Marisol worked together, like think about it. They obviously met up for them to get it on. So, I mean, our Maggie wouldn't be here. So why couldn't they just have a relationship, where even if it was in secret, they got to be together. They had weekends together or they had school time together. I don't know. I just feel like as an elder, when you're an elder and the mother of charm one, you can figure some stuff out. You have the Book of Shadows. You have a white lighter. She could have met up with her man. I mean, look at OG series. Patty was getting it on with Sam, on the side, and she had kids. So just throwing it out there. We need the Jerry Springer moments. Drama, drama, drama. Oh, and Maury too. You are not the father. You're the father, and you're the father, and you're the father. Harry take a big break. It's the women's job to have screen time. Harry was just like legit not giving 5 shits because if he did, he once again would have told him that Dexter was in the attic. That's actually really funny. Harry could erase memories too. Why don't erase Sunny's to stop her going on her cray-cray? Because, I'm telling you, we don't think about these things at all. We just don't. I hope the Flash better be final season of season 9. It's been on for 8 years. Yeah, I agree. Maria, do you watch NCIS Hawaii? Season 1 is coming to an end, though. It's good. It has LGBTQ. Of course I do. Whistler and Lucy for the win. Of course I watch NCIS Hawaii. Love that show. Plus, I love Hawaii, so that's where I went on my honeymoon. Love Honolulu. NCIS Hawaii is renewed for 2nd season. Yay! They better effing renew that show. I absolutely love that show. Love it, love it, love it. I might watch Gotham Knights. I'm going to check it out. I always give it 3 episodes, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stick with it. Does that mean that Diggle's show is not going to get picked up? Isn't he doing one where like he has metahumans going to school, like undercover or something like that? It was something weird like that, and he was training them. I might check it out. Yep. But did I hear you say you're doing a Bridgerton review tomorrow? Yep. As soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm going to set up a stream for Bridgerton season 2. We are doing an overview. We're going to talk about the series tomorrow. So if you're into it, check it out. And then I don't care what Macy says, who moves a stranger into their home when they sleep and all their possessions are at. I mean, that's true. But I mean, we've already known that they don't make good choices in this show. I feel like because they have magical powers, they don't feel like doing anything that's to protect themselves. Like even Ray was like, why aren't you changing these old locks on the damn door? Anybody can just walk in. It's a thing. The pandemic has messed up a lot of shows. That is very true. Kayla will go to All American. Mel will go to Walker, Texas, and Maggie will go to Nancy Drew. Oh, dear Lord. Like, I really hope that's not true. I thought she was still in a coma. The effects were temporary, which is why Jordan switched to be on Macy's team. I have no idea what's going on with, what's her name? Rosemary? Was that the sister's name? I have no idea what's going on with that child. No idea. Between Viv and Julian both dying, they probably unplugged the sister once that first bill became past due. Yeah, I can see that. Kay Maldonado. She is a fellow YouTube reviewer. I've heard of her through Eloy. I just don't know her. It's interesting. I always get surprised when the other YouTubers are like, I want to do a collaboration with you. I'm like, you realize that I don't hold back, right? I don't hold back. So I may not be what you want on your channel because I am a little too honest with my opinion. I just DM'd you on Instagram, the tweet. I appreciate it. That's what everybody does. If you guys have not followed me on Instagram, Maria Amelia Park is my name. It's my full name. Make sure you do, because if you need to ask a question, I always respond to the DMs there before I respond anywhere else. So I don't know why it pops up on my phone faster, so I always see them before I see anything else. So just a heads up. And my I think I have it linked in my description. So if you need to find my IG account, it is in there, the description below. Would anyone be mad if they did Charmed as a cartoon series? They could do so much more, really. An animated Charm series would be badass. I have no problem with that. You will get a Marco Polo tonight, young lady. How you gonna call me young lady and I'm 3 years older than you? I am younger, though. I'm cuter. It's fine. I get it. I understand. You're cute, Kenny, but so much cuter. Marisol will be great, a great worker at Walmart during Black Friday. I have 3. Now she's gonna die if she's in Walmart on Black Friday holding up any product saying I have 3. She's going down. I like Stargirl. So do I. Don't listen to Kenny. Kenny has not watched 1 second of that show. And do not listen to Kenny. Send the writers to write for BET. Oh Lord. What, you want the network to shut down? Don't do that. The Gossip Girl reboot was nuts. They had teachers stalking their students for gossip. I mean, actually, in this day and age, that might be true. I haven't been to school in a while. I can't wait to see Stargirl season 3. We do not know when it's going to premiere. I know. We actually don't know the fate of it either, but I feel like because it has so much money invested into it and it started off in DC Universe and it's actually more of the blueprint that I think HBO Max has, I think it's probably safe. Plus, it has Luke Wilson in it, so I don't think they're gonna cancel it anytime soon. I forget Maji Pink was a fairy. Yep, she had the henshin ability. Since we got that Nico is doing What About Jada? Also, I don't know about the new White Lighter unless she comes in the next episode when they lost powers. That might be how they get out of safe space. Probably. I probably would be like, why did it take you so long? You know? Would you review the new Doctor Who? Hell yeah. Absolutely. This is the first time in history they've ever cast a male black, Doctor Who. I'm absolutely going to be all over that. I'm a little bit behind on Jodie's this newest season. But yeah, I've been watching Doctor Who for forever. My mother grew up on that. Like, we loved Tom Baker. That was my Doctor Who. So yeah, I have no problem reviewing that. I'm actually thinking about reviewing. I need to do an overview of Picard because I'm almost done with the newest season 2 of Picard. I'm not done with Discovery, but they just have Captain Pike's new series that just came out too on Paramount Plus. So I need to figure out how to get. I might just do a season, overview, but I'm a huge Spock fan. So and I really like Ethan's portrayal as Spock on Paramount Plus because I loved him in Discovery. So I don't know. I have to check that out. I have to see. But yeah, Doctor Who is definitely on my radar. I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. So just trying to get to a place to actually do it. Do you review NCIS Hawaii? I'm going to do a complete season overview, but it's going to be more focused on the relationships of the characters because the biggest romance for me is just Lucy and Kate or Whistler. So I will talk about NCIS Hawaii. Believe me, I love that show. So I have no problem talking about that. You honest? Nah, couldn't be. I'm absolutely honest. That's the problem. You'd be scared of this honesty. You're scared. You can't handle this. Thank you for this stream. Anytime. Did you cancel me, Kenny? Lord. Can't wait for the next episode. It's going to be amazing. All I know, Gotham Knights better be good. I'm almost to the end. I am so happy. I have heard good things about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I saw the trailer and it actually is taking, so the show is basically taken off, I believe it was season 3. Well, I don't want to talk about what happened if you haven't seen it, but something happens that Captain Pike sees something that happens to him in the future, and it basically kind of forms how he, how he acts in this series. And if you've watched the OG Star Trek, you actually know what happens to Captain Pike, which is pretty much is canon what happens to him in the timeline. So A lot of people don't like Kurtman's version of Star Trek. I'm just glad we're getting Star Trek. Abrams Star Trek timeline, Kelvin, all that stuff I know is just multiverses, but I think it's really enjoyable. So that's just me. It is a thing. I did watch 1 second of Stargirl. Shows what you know. Yeah, that 1 second was a trailer, Kenny. Stop it. Be quiet. Hey, have y'all seen the movie Turning Red? It's cool and funny. I saw the trailer for that. That's where she turns into a panda, right? I have not checked it out, though. I can't wait to see what the CW is going to cancel next. You may not have that long to wait. Speaking of Tredge, have you seen the fan series Hidden Frontier, made by fans, and even has a gay storyline? I have not, so please link me to that, because I have not. If that's a Star Trek fan series, please link me to that. Although it does sound familiar, and if it's 2 men and one is like an ensign and one is a science officer, potentially I may have seen that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Who's next on the list to get canceled by the CW? We don't know yet. Kayla could be OP, but we won't see it. Very true. Who are the CW going to cancel next? You are very concerned about this, aren't you? I hope 2 Sentences of Horror better not get canceled. Oh, the 2 Sentence Horror Show? I love that show. It's creepy as hell. They may not, because it's seasonal and it's not really that, especially if they actually only release it on Halloween, like around Halloween. That wouldn't be so bad. But you never know. I mean, they're getting rid of a lot of stuff, so I don't know. I am done with the chat. I can't breathe. It's been 2 hours. I'm tired. I'm old. It's time for us to wrap up now. So, guys, if I did not answer anything, or you have other questions for me, please put them in the comment section below, because I love talking about Charmed, and really we only have 4 episodes left to talk about it. I guess we can eternally talk about it, but yeah, it's going to be sad. We only have 4 episodes. Kenny, stop. Just stop. But yeah, I do think that we have a lot more. There's a lot more that could potentially happen, since they've already done the big reveal, which to me wasn't that big, about Kayla's origin. Now they just have to answer the questions of what's next, what's going to happen with the Unseen. I'm really praying that we're not going to drag this Unseen crap out for the last 4 episodes. I'm going to be very mad. We still have to introduce the freaking White Lighter, Diana, I think her name is, into this story. She only has 4 episodes to shine. This is very reminiscent of Tessa, how Tess showed up and then was like a really cool asset and then died in season 1. I really feel bad having the same fate with this new one. It seems like whenever we get a female White Lighter, the show is just destined to die, or they're nothing to die. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I feel like this is something that we are going to have anxiety about all the way up to the finale. And then on the finale, we'll do a stream. I'll have Kenny on that night, and he can cry. He'll be in his tears, and I'll be handing him virtual, Kleenex as we trudge along and talk about the series finale. That's what's going to happen. So yay. So be on the lookout. Again, I am doing my Bridgerton review tomorrow with Quarter Life Jam. Girlie hasn't been on the channel in a while, but we both love that show. So we're going to be talking about it in the next episode, the next stream. So to make sure you check the community tab, I'm going to set that stream up as soon as I get out of here. And then I'm going to get out of this room because I can't breathe. So that's just what's going to happen. All right, guys. If it is day for you, have a very good day. If it is night for you, have a very good night. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow in the next stream.